Let's solve this equation. The square root of x plus 7 is equal to 2x minus 1. Now here's where you need to be careful that when you square both sides so that you can clear the radical, you actually have to square this other side. That'll leave us with x plus 7, but on this side it's best to write it out twice. 2x minus 1 is being multiplied to 2x minus 1. So let's clean that up, clear out parentheses, see what we have. 4x squared minus 2x plus 1. So x plus 7 is equal to 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Since we have x's on both sides of the equation, let's get those together, and while we're at it, we'll bring the 7 over as well, since we have two x's, and therefore we need a 0 in order to solve this equation. We have our 4x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. So my first approach to trying to solve a problem where there's more than one x is to try and factor. And we have a couple of choices. We could go with 1 and 4, 2 and 2. And normally I go with the end of the list, but if I go with the 2 and the 2, I'll have nowhere to put the factors of 6. So I'm going to go with the 1x and the 4x. And then my factors for 6 are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. And I can't put a 2 with a 4 because that would be common. So I can put the 3 here and the 2 there, and we'll see if that can work for us. That'll be an 8x and a 3x, and we can use that to get a 5x. If there's a negative 8x and a positive 3x, that'll do it. So we have x minus 2 equals 0, and 4x plus 3 equals 0. So x could be 2, or 4x equals negative 3. And getting x alone, we would have x is equal to negative 3/4. So again, I don't want to give answers that don't really work in the original problem. So let's check both of these. If I had the square root of, and putting in our x value of 2 first, 2 for my x, I would have 2 plus 7 is 9, square root of 9 is 3. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3, and they're equal to each other. So I definitely want that answer. Let's check this other answer. Putting in our negative 3/4, and here we might need a calculator to try and figure out what's going on. 7 is the same thing as 28 over 4. So 28 positive plus 3 negative is 25 over 4, and I need to take the square root of that. And then I can reduce here. 2 goes into 4 twice, and I can change the 1 to being a 2 over 2. So I have a negative 3 minus 2 more is negative 5 over 2. The square root of 25 is 5, the square root of 4 is 2, but that is not equal to negative 5 over 2. So this answer I don't want.